Hello my lovelies, it's Mand here. Hi. ADHD, autistic, completely bonkers, 49, probably too old to be on YouTube, but hey, whatever. I'm just I'm really conflicted with this Black Lives Matter movement because there's an awful lot of celebrities like Mark Wahlberg who are coming out and saying, oh, I'm part of this, I'm part of this, I'm part of this. And it's performative activism is what it is, because, you know, he's been really horrible and mean and spiteful to people of colour. I probably will say the wrong thing and upset, you know, Twitter, and because I'm on Twitter, and I might upset YouTube and that, and I don't mean to. I'm trying to figure it out. The social mores, because I am ADHD and autistic, I find them very, very difficult to do. But I just want to share. You can make your own mind up about this, but I want to just share something that happened to me when I was a kid, little kid. This is the 1970s, late 1970s, and I think Mark Wahlberg was a teenager in the 80s, so he might be possibly the same age as me. But I grew up in southeast London, and there were National Front and swastikas and things painted around the walls. We didn't have like you know, tags, wrap things and all of that, but we did have that, and it was intimidating, and I can actually see why you know, people wanted to spray tags and things to intimidate people back. I can see that, but back then, this was before tags and kind of like street art and graffiti and things. It was National Front, it was swastikas, it was Millwall was here, it was horrible racist language and things like that, and I walked down the street and I saw it, and I was only little, but it made me feel uneasy. When I was in primary school, which I don't know how it works in the States, but I think I must have been about 7 or 8 or something like that. There was this kid called Rebecca, and I don't know where she is now. I'm using her real name because honestly, she's going to be the same age as me, maybe a bit older, and she's probably forgotten all about this. And so there's Rebecca and Anastasia. Anastasia was Rebecca's best friend. She was the only friend that Rebecca had in the world, and she was tiny, actually. Anastasia was tiny, you know, like a little sidekick. But she couldn't protect Rebecca against a bunch of white South London kids who, whether they absorbed it through their parents or not, I have no idea. But they didn't like people who weren't white. There's no other way of saying it, because they used to gang up on Rebecca, who was, I don't know whether she was Asian. I honestly can't remember. I mean, she was brown, or black possibly, but I mean, this was a long time ago, and I can't remember. You know, all I know is she was different. She was not white. And the kids used to say, "Oh, you're dirty, you're disgusting," and they used to pick on her, and they made her cry. And to try and fit in, I joined in with it, but I saw her crying in the sports hall, where, you know, no, it wasn't. I don't know whether it was sports hall or whether it was school canteen, but I saw her crying, and Anastasia was, you know, comforting her, and I thought, this isn't right. Why am I making this little girl cry? Because I've been bullied as well, and I thought, I don't want her to go through this. This is horrible. Why, you know? And so I said to her, I said, I'm really sorry. And I gave her a hug, and I don't know if she ever forgave me, because I honestly can't remember like making a friendship with her after that. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she never wanted anything to do with me or my white friends ever again. But I felt so awful. I just felt so awful. There was nothing about her that was wrong. She was just brown, and and people were picking on her because of that. And I didn't even know what race. I don't know what racist was. It's not like we didn't have the internet in those days. Nobody told us about things like that. I didn't read the newspapers. I was just a little kid. I was nowhere near as kind of like informed as kids would be now. Which is why I want to say, when people say I was just a kid, it's no excuse. It's no excuse. I had such little exposure to the outside world and the media and that, and I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong to pick on someone just because they had darker skin than me, and I didn't even know what racism meant. And yet you've got people like Mark Wahlberg saying, I was just a kid. I was just a kid. He was a teenager, right? I knew when I was not even 10, I knew that this was wrong, and I didn't even have a word for it. I just thought, this girl, she has a different colour skin than I've got, and she's just being treated like shit. And I just couldn't work that out in my mind. I couldn't work out why that was right. It wasn't right. So obviously I lost a lot of friends because I didn't join in the bullying, and that was that. I'm not perfect. There's plenty of things I don't agree with. There's plenty of things about cancel culture I don't agree with. Taking the lead of gentlemen off the air I don't agree with. There's plenty of black people who actually agree with me that this is bloody stupid and white saviorism at work. But blimey, the world has got so complicated, I really don't know what to do anymore. But all I can tell you is my truth. And Rebecca, if you're out there, and I hope you're okay. Anastasia, I hope you're okay too. And I'm not a hero, not by any means, but all I'm trying to say is I knew it was horrible before I even knew what the word racist meant. And if you're going to do something like that to brown-skinned people, and you know full well what racism is, you really haven't got any excuse at all. At all. And I'm supposed to be autistic and have no empathy. No, I just don't get it. Neurotypicals are weird. No, it's just, I just can't get my head around it. I would never ever pick on someone because of the colour of their skin, ever. Unless they were an arsehole, and arseholes come in all shapes and sizes and colours. And some people do just put you on edge. And I just think, well, why are they doing that? When I try and work out why people are like defensive or on the attack or generally unfriendly, because I'm not a monster. I do try and analyse people because I don't want to come off as the evil person, and I don't want them to come off as I just want, basically, I'm so anxious about people. All I want is for things to just be comfortable and nice. I don't want conflict. It's horrible. And if I see something bad happening to somebody else, I just can't, it hurts my heart. It just hurts my heart, So, like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to make myself out as a white saviour. But all I know is that when I was a kid, I knew that picking on people because they had a different skin colour was wrong. And I didn't have any of the context that kids have now on social media or anything like that. And I didn't have the awareness. And like, if a person like can pick on someone when they're 17 or 18 in the 1980s, who's about like at least 10 years older than me at that time, no, I'm sorry, but no, they wouldn't be 10 years old. They would have been the same age as me, but like I was saying, this guy, Mark Wahlberg, he did it in the 80s. I figured out in the 70s that this picking on someone because of their skin colour was wrong. And I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't even aware of what racism meant, anything like that. I just thought it was horrible. So no, you can't have an excuse like that in the late 80s, when things like this was starting to get really into the mainstream media, and you're still doing it, and you're basically an adult, like 15, 18, whatever it is. You are well aware of what's going on in the world, and you have absolutely no excuse to throw stones at black kids. And absolutely, I mean, I just, I did get intimidated by people who weren't my colour when I walked around in places that were different, and I really tried not to be. I just felt, but I feel uneasy in public anyway, and I always look at myself and I think, is this because of race? Is this just because they're loud? And I'd like to think that, I hope I'm not going to use that cliche, I've got black friends, because that's just there. But I would like to think that there are people of colour out there that kind of see where I'm coming from, and that we kind of talk to each other and hopefully work things out, because I don't want this to be a them and us situation. I've never wanted to be a them and us situation. I want to help minorities, whoever they are, because I've got a really deep sense of not picking on not othering and not picking on people who are different. And I've had that since I was a kid. And I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to learn. And I'm nearly 50, and I haven't got like YouTube or Twitter or social media etiquette down to a T yet, I want to be authentic, though. I don't want to sort of do performative stuff. I don't want to be a white saviour. I don't want to say, and I just don't want to kind of put myself out there as an advocate for things that I don't understand. I want to understand them first. But I did understand at a very, very early age that picking on someone because of their skin colour was just icky. And when that girl was crying, when Rebecca was crying, I just broke. I thought, I can't be part of this anymore. And that's all I remember. And for good or ill, that's going to stay with me for the rest of my life. And I might say I do the wrong things. I'm quite flippant. I'm quite spontaneous. I've got a really bad, a really dark sense of humour and things like that. But I just want people to know that I would never ever condone picking on someone because they're the wrong skin colour than you, because it just hurts my heart to see it. It really does. And if I ever experience that again in real life, I'm going to punch somebody. Really am. No way I'm going to put up with it. So I am still learning, and I'm trying to come to terms with the 21st century. But I just wanted to share with you an anecdote that I had when I was a kid, and hopefully, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be saying at this point, but I'm just sharing an anecdote, so there it is. Anyway, if you want to learn more about autism, ADHD, what it was growing up in the 70s and 80s, and just whatever it is, if you want to listen to me prattling on, do subscribe, because I would love that. I'm not expecting to get monetized from this because I'm not pretty or blonde, and I haven't got great production values, but it'd be really lovely if a few of you could just sort of cling on to me, and just say hi every so often. It would be really lovely. I'm struggling a bit with an income at the moment because I'm not getting the work because of coronavirus. I work in a museum. It's not open yet. I tried to do a video with my boss to try and monetize something, and she has got no clue how to operate a camera. So yeah, it's all good fun. I might post a bit of that. I might post a bit of that to my channel anyway, because it is quite funny. And you know, it's not by no means a brilliant video, but I might just post a clip of it anyway, because you know, I turned up there and I wasn't even expecting her to do a video, and she said, "Oh, we're going to do craft videos." Like, I thought we're just going to have a meeting. So I look really shit in it, I really do, and I look flabby, and I haven't got any makeup on, and I wasn't prepared, and Joe's, sorry Joe, you're not a very good camera lady, bless you, but she does that, so it's okay. So yeah, if you want to see that, post a comment down below. If you want to see me do any more ADHD autism content, post a comment down below. If you want to subscribe, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. I will set up a Patreon soon. I will set up an Etsy soon. I'm in a bit of a depressed mood at the moment, so not a lot is getting done. So yeah, I haven't got a lot of get and go, so it's a bit of a sludge, it's a bit of a crawl. I will try and post more. I'll try and get my production values better. But if I set up a Patreon, I would really love it if you could like pop a few quid in, so I can get a proper camera and things like that, instead of doing it from my phone, which I know is awful. You know, and I don't want to be ridiculed for having low production qualities. Mind you, my hair's looking good at the moment, so that's alright, isn't it? Repzilla's hair is blonde, but at least mine's coloured. Way. And also, I'm going to do a thing about makeup, but it's not going to be about, it's not going to be like Jeffree Star or anything like that. I've hoarded makeup that I've had since I was a teenager, and I can't bring myself to get rid of it. So if you want me to show you my vintage makeup before I throw it away, leave a comment down below, because I can't bring myself to throw it away. I really can't, and it's terrible, and I know I shouldn't, but it brings back lots of memories of me and my friends, and you know what little friends I had, and my sister, and it's just you know if you want to see that kind of stuff, whatever you want in content, just let me know. I'll do my best, and yeah, just stick it in the comments below. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It would mean a great deal to me. I'm hoping to be authentic and oops, sorry about that. I'm hoping to be an authentic YouTuber in the tradition of when YouTube started, and people weren't getting disgustingly greedy and narcissistic and things like that. Well, you can tell I'm not narcissistic. Look, I've got a scrap of makeup on it. I'm an nail varnish, it's chipped and all of this, right? But this is a screen printed t-shirt that I designed at Camberwell College of Arts. So yeah, I might do some merch. I haven't figured that out yet, but that's the only thing I'm going to show off, really. So yeah, I'm going to sign off now, because I've started a curry off, and I don't want it to burn on the stove and ruin dinner. So love you all, and hope to see you again soon. Take care, stay safe, and just be kind. Bye now.